What up, everybody? I am here with a video response to my buddy here on YouTube, Axe from the Abyss. He put up the question as in, what form of music best describes you? That's really loud. Hang on just 1 second. I think I'm going to turn that down. Whatever. Can't hear it. I'll redo it. Anyway. Well, obviously you hear it, but that's, Where the Slime, Domination by Mort Angel playing in the background. And my answer to your question is death metal. Death metal is the genre that, I guess, defines me as a person, like you did atmospheric black metal. I would say death metal. The reason I would say death metal is because it is probably one of the most all over the place forms of music. You know, you got everything from death grind to death doom to progressive death metal and just about everything in between. You know, death grind 400 miles an hour like the whole time, depending on what kind of death grind it is. But and then you got death doom, which is like 40 BPM and like 15-minute compositions, which is awesome. And then you got like melodic death metal, which is that, you know, that sound that's kind of Nordic, in my personal opinion. Melodic death metal, for the most part, gives me some kind of Nordic feel, because it makes me think of Sweden, like the Swedish bands, you know, At the Gates is probably the first one that comes to mind when I think of melodic death metal, and Amon Amarth, which is also Swedish. Those are the things that really get me, make me think of Nordic things. Then you got slam, which is like, it's just goofy, it's party, it's just heavy all around, you know, jump around on stage kind of music. Then you got old school, which is, you know, the elitist dudes that are all old school death metal or nothing. You also got, I'm just kind of looking at what I got right here, you got your prog death, you know, the Cynics, the Opeth, all that stuff. It's just, that's the stuff that just mixes everything together. Progressive music, it pushes boundaries, which is something that I really like. I'm all over the place with my music tastes, especially, but basically everything in my life. But my music taste especially is very, very, very varied. Like everything from the Grateful Dead to war metal, I really like, you know, the Dead to, like, Titan Blood. One of the most chaotic, Revenge, you know, whatever. Revenge is black and death metal. War metal is in the death metal category. That's like the most extreme genre of music I can think of. That's just, it's all around the best. One of my favorite genres of metal, for sure, is definitely black and death metal and progressive death metal. So like those are my two. But black metal in general is numero uno for me. But death metal is the one that defines me, I would say. You got like everything. You got stuff that mixes it with thrash. You keep, you know, you stick to your roots. But then you got that stuff that's like Morbid Angel-esque, like this. You got this stuff that's got the little sludge elements into it, and it's all around. Death metal is all over the place, and I think that's a lot like me, which I really like. You got stuff like Winter Sun and Witherscape that creates an atmosphere, which is great. Then you got deathcore, which is brutal, just all around groovy stuff, brutal stuff, awesome stuff. Again, there's prog. There's some doom, there's more deathcore, there's old school, I got brutal death metal, I got 6 Feet Under, which is probably the weirdest band in death metal, and I love them, they're great. It's just, you have all these different sounds, and you got these different depictions of the same thing, but done in such an individual manner to each band, which I really, really like. And then you have death doom and stuff like that, you know, Catatonia, but Catatonia evolved into this depressive rock, enormous sounding band, and Catatonia is one of those bands that took that natural progression, just like My Dying Bride took it into straight doom metal, and Paradise Lost took it into straight doom metal. I think death metal is like the most universal metal all over the world. People like death metal in just about every country, and I love that. It speaks to everybody, and if you know me, I like stuff like that, you know, stuff that's for everybody. Everybody can get into it. Everybody loves it. Most people don't get it, but the people that do really do love it, and that's awesome. It's something people are really passionate about, and that speaks to me a lot. People really dig death metal. They love metal in general, but death metal is the all-around one. So death metal, the most varied form of metal, in my personal opinion. Of course, opinions are not facts, so that's just me. I think death metal is the one that defines me the best. So that's the answer to your question, Tyler. Yeah, anybody who watches my videos, feel free to tag him or me, or both of us, or more him, because he started the question, to reply. I'd love to hear what everybody's got to say, because this is a real cool, interesting topic, I'd say. So keep it greasy.